Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be sharing my favorite products from June. These are the products I've been absolutely loving, I've fallen in love with, and the products that I definitely recommend to you guys that I've tested in this last month. So if you're interested in finding out what my favorites are, then keep on watching. So I didn't really have any flops this month. There were really no products that I absolutely hated. So that is obviously a positive thing. It's good when there's not any products that are complete fails. So today is just going to be all positive. So the first product that I have been testing that I've really been loving is the Denesamyrix Blurring Balm. This is such an interesting product. Really didn't know what to expect, as I didn't even really know exactly, I knew it was supposed to prime the skin, but this is basically a product that is going to prime the skin. It's not only going to blur the skin, give your skin a smoother appearance, but you can get it in either a translucent or you can get it in tinted shades, which I did. I have it in the shade 1. And it's going to give you actually a little bit of coverage boosting. So it's going to conceal redness and blur the skin and even out skin tone underneath your foundation. I also feel like this is something I would gravitate towards if I'm looking for everyday makeup, even just as a base itself, with no foundation over top, because it sets down to a powder. So it has this creamy, balmy consistency, but it sets down to a powder. So I could wear it without setting. It's honestly beautiful on the skin. It really does, you have smooth application. I'm wearing it today, but it also really mattifies the skin. This is one of the most mattifying products that I own, really. It's one of my favorite primers to use when I want to prolong wear, control oil. It really does give me all day wear for my foundation. You want to be careful not to over apply. I find if you're somebody who's prone to, getting in the kind of this area here, bunching up, if it breaks down, just make sure you're applying a thin layer in that area, which I recommend for all products in that area. If you struggle with that, don't over apply in that area, then it really is flawless. One that is actually not relatively new to the market, but is more relatively new to me that I've been testing, and I didn't do a review on this because it was so old. I ended up biting the bullet and just ordering it from Tarte itself because it's not available on Sephora. Sephora went through this weird thing where they only sold the C line, whereas Ulta only sold the Shape Tape line, which I was like, can we have it the other way around? Because if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick my Shape Tape. But they finally have the original Shape Tape back in Sephora, but they don't have the Ultra Creamy, which I have been testing. As I said, I broke down and bought it from Tarte. It is so good. It is really full coverage. It's maybe not quite as full coverage as the original, but real close. And it also is definitely a creamier consistency. It doesn't dry down quite as matte. So if you have more dry under eyes, or if you're just looking for something a little bit less matte and intense, then I recommend the Tarte Ultra Creamy because it really is just as good, but it's a little bit less dry and matte. If I'm looking for all day wear, I'm worried about my concealer breaking down with oils, then I will go with the original. But this is probably my preferred one for the under eyes just because it looks so nice and smooth. I've tested quite a few cream bronzers in the last couple weeks. And the one that I've really fallen in love with is, yes, the viral Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. This is the Beautiful Skin Cream Bronzer. It truly is beautiful on the skin. It's flawless. It's airbrush. It's everything that Charlotte Tilbury typically, advertises. It looks so natural on the skin. It has a beautiful shade range. It's not super warm, but it's also not ashy. The shade is perfect. I have it in the shade 1 Fair. And it's just a really beautiful, kind of that blurring, soft matte finish that really flatters the skin, and it holds up so well throughout the day. It's, supposed to be humidity and sweat proof. I really do think it's super long wearing. I did also review the NARS cream bronzer. I really love this one. Honestly, pretty close to the Charlotte Tilbury, but I'm just giving it a quick mention, so it's kind of a cheat. But if I had to pick between the two, it would be the Charlotte Tilbury, and that's why that one is the one that's going into today's video, because it is just I prefer the finish, and I just think that for somebody with combination oily skin, I like that matte, soft matte kind of blurring finish a little bit better, but it really is honestly worth the hype that it gets. Now, if you are somebody who can't really afford something like that, that's totally fine, because there are products that are just as beautiful in a more affordable price range. And that is why I love this one, not only for the more affordable price, but also for the formula. It is stunning. So this is the LYS No Limits Cream Bronzer. This is in the shade Motivate. It is more of a stick form, and it is honestly beautiful. I'm wearing it today. So as you can see, it adds some nice color, some nice warmth without looking orange. It's quite a bit warmer toned than this one, but this one is just really, really pretty on the skin. It has a similar kind of soft matte finish without looking dry on the skin. It still makes the skin look kind of plump and healthy, but it doesn't have any creamy, dewy, glowy finish to it. It sets into the makeup beautifully, blends effortlessly, is pigmented. So really, really beautiful. And this one is $69 Canadian, and this one is $25 Canadian. So if you're looking for something from Sephora that's a little more affordable, then go with the LYS. One product that I really truly have become obsessed with is the Too Faced Fluff and Hold Laminating Brow Wax. So I tried this one, and at first I was like, yeah, it's good. It's a brow wax. Or it's like, I use it more as a brow gel, and in the video I remember reading the description after filling in my brows, and it said to use on clean brows. I honestly prefer to use it more as a gel, because I like a really filled in brow. So what I do is I fill in my brows with the pomade completely, and then I go in and back comb this through I don't like rub it because I don't want to disturb the makeup, but I back comb it through, and then I use the little comb side and I really pull them up. And sometimes, like in the front, I will reapply a little bit and do it again. But once I get them set, it honestly holds my brows up straight all day. I've never had a brow gel do that in my life. I hate the soap technique because it just makes a mess, and typically it only really works for me if I do it before I fill in my brows, and then I just don't think it really works, because then I'm filling my brows after, and then it kind of disturbs the hold. So when I do this, I really get that fluffy, feathery look, but still filled in. And this is the only product I can achieve the feathery look. It's not super feathery, but like the feathery look that I want, still being able to have the brows that I like. So if you are like me and you really like to fill in your brows, this is a nice product to be able to still get that feathery look throughout while still having filled in brows. Or if you just like the feathery look, this really has an amazing hold. And I love this little comb brush. A couple more products for eyes. So the first one is the Color Excess Gel Pencil Eyeliner by MAC. This is in the shade Commitment Issues, which I am wearing it today. It is honestly a stunning color. Like stunning color, nice and bright and pigmented, glides easily, and really does last all day. On the lid, it is going nowhere. It's not smudging, it's not smearing, it's not, my eye was watering here. It did absolutely nothing to the actual eyeliner. On the waterline, it's pretty good. It holds up pretty good. I feel like I have watery eyes, so I do feel like it's not like lasting me all day long, but it holds up like a good 6 to 8 hours, which I think is really, really good for me. So I was really happy with this, and I really love the color range that they have. It's beautiful. I also have been really loving the Benefit They're Real Extreme Precision Liner. So this is a just regular liquid liner. I have it in the shade Extra Black. It is a really nice rich black. It has really nice glide, and it is a nice matte finish. So without looking like cracked and dry, or kind of like, you can put on a liquid liner that's matte and it almost looks too matte. Like this is a nice matte finish where it's not like shiny, but it's also not dry. And this lasts all day long. It isn't going anywhere. It's extremely precise. It has a super, super fine tip, which I love. You can get like right in that inner corner. You can get on the wing, really precise. So it's honestly one of the best liquid liners I've tested in a long time. It is definitely my new favorite and my new go-to, because it's just everything you want. It's long wearing, it's rich, it's black, it's pigmented, it glides nice, deposits the perfect amount of product without bleeding or feathering, and it lasts all day long. And then last but not least, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau eyeshadow palette. I'm also wearing a little bit of this today. I have really been playing around with this one and I have fallen in love with this. So when I first reviewed it, I liked it. I didn't love it because I think I literally tried to use almost every shade. I used this one, 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 and this one. I literally only didn't use two shades out of the palette I didn't use in my testing video, which I typically do because I want to, you know, get creative and try to use as many as I can for reviewing. But I just felt like the look didn't turn out as, you know, great and extravagant as I had hoped. But then the more I've been playing with it, I really have fallen in love. It's honestly just a beautiful color scheme for summer. It has more of those earthy tones, but then still some pops of color. The metallics are creamy and pigmented, really like nice and light reflective. I love these like green tones, that earthiness to this palette. But then as I said, you still get kind of the more neutrals, a little bit of the warmth, some pops of color. So there's really quite a few different ways you could go about this palette. It has so many different looks and potential, and I really do like the formulas. The mattes are a new formula, like reinvented mattes, and I do feel like compared to their old ones, they are a little bit more creamy and consistent and not patchy. I definitely recommend this palette for sure. If you like the color scheme and you want to test it out, I think you will love it. So that is the end of today's faves and flops. Well, I guess just faves. As I said, there weren't really any products that I thought were flops. You know, some products I didn't fall in love with, but they weren't, you know, fails by any means. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful and got some product recommendations for the summer. I feel like a lot of the products I recommended are definitely ones that will be useful for the summer. You know, the nice bronzy, summery looks. You know, you're looking for all day wear. I got you. I got you. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up and I will see you guys next time. Bye.